Let's talk IVR. I'm going to go over IVR. What is that? Interactive voice response. That means somebody calls into your phone number, and what you want to do is you want to route that phone number to different buyers depending on the answers the person gives. So, for example, someone calls into my phone number. It asks them, how much revenue do you do? Do you do over $10,000 a month in revenue? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. If they press 1, goes to that buyer that I said. They press 2, all right, it asks another question. Maybe it asks, do you generate between $5,000 per month and $10,000 per month? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no, etc. So you can keep going forever if you wanted to, but obviously you're only gonna have so many buyers, and then you're gonna figure it out. Now, one thing just to throw it out there, you always want a buyer to go somewhere. All right, you want a buyer to go somewhere, meaning you don't want a buyer to come in and then like they just go to like a message and say, sorry, we can't help you. Kind of want to send them somewhere, even if you give away the call for free. Because the last thing you want is that buyer now calling back in, right? They call back in and then they just start, guessing what to say to speak to somebody. Then that becomes a bad lead, right? So just keep that in mind for whatever your situation is. So I use Callfire, callfire.com for my IVR. Now, this is all I really use it for now. I'll go into the text messaging stuff. You can use them for text messaging, but I'll go into that later. So I just use them right now for an IVR. So what does that mean? That means that you log into your account and you need to get a phone number. So you're going to go to phone numbers, then you're going to click by numbers. Click that, and then you're going to choose your area code, whatever that is. Let's just say you're in LA. And then you're going to choose three. Actually, I don't even know the numbers there. So let me just do something local to me. Right, whatever your first 6 digits are, you're going to click search. And then you're going to choose a number, whatever it is. Let's just say it's this one. You're going to select the number, you're going to hit purchase number, and you go through the process. Toll-free numbers cost $2 per month, and local numbers cost $1 per month. In this case, most likely, I guess it depends on your situation. If you need it, put it this way: if you need a toll-free number, get one. If you need a local number, get one. I use local numbers because these numbers are never published anywhere. I use toll-free numbers through Call 8, and then it gets routed this way. So I just choose the cheapest option. All right. So now let's go back. All right. So we're in phone numbers. To set up the IVR, you're going to click on phone numbers, and then once you have your phone number, you're going to click on the phone number. Then you're going to do action and set up IVR. That's going to bring you to a page that looks like this, and it's going to say configuring to your phone number, whatever phone number that is. Now, since I already have one set up, I'm just going to pull that up. So here's one I already have set up. Now, what happens is this. This is a little confusing. I'm just one of those people that I just kind of figure stuff out. If you're one of those people, great. If you're not, you may have some issues with this. Now, the good thing is you call Callfire, you tell them exactly what you want to do. They'll set it up for you. You're good to go. And this is going to be your issue with anything, if you're the type of person that just doesn't want to do it, or, this stuff is difficult to figure out. But I got to tell you, once you figure it out, it's great because then you can just do everything yourself, make changes, tweak it, whatever. But sometimes maybe the type of person that just needs to set up once and then you can edit it. That's kind of like me with some stuff. So I understand where you're coming from. But you just figure out what's good for you. But I'll go through the process of how to set this up and what it even means. So the first step that for me, because now I have press 1 for yes, 2 for no. Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. That's how mine's set up. So I'm just going to give you how it works for me. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have a play. So that's this one. So you just drag this. You hold it and drag it down, and it'll just appear. Now, because it's already up here, it's going to appear down here. So if this is brand new to you, then obviously this thing's going to appear at the top. Now I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. But you basically just pull whatever it is and you just drag it down to the position you want to be in. But the system only allows you to do things in a certain way because you can't have two plays next to each other, basically. So play means what? Play is going to be what you want it to say. So this, from top to bottom, that means that what's going to happen is that this line right here is the first thing that's going to happen when somebody calls in. So this is actually not in use, this exact one, so it doesn't really make any sense on why I have certain things set up, but it's still the same concept. So you have options. You can choose speech voice, means the computerized voice, or you can, well, we're doing text to speech. That's this option right here. Then speech voice, you choose whatever voice you want. So you pick whichever one you want. If you want to listen to it, you got to call in and listen to it. Then you have recorded sound. So you can record a sound and upload it. So you see how I have all these? So I've uploaded my own stuff and I've used a text to speech. So either whatever you want is fine. They both work. So you can, if you upload it, you go to your sound manager over here and you upload it through the sound manager. So let me just open this up. So work with sound library. This explains what to do. So you can just click here and it'll explain to you exactly what to do. The sound library is over here on the left. So you click that, you go to sound library. I'll actually go into that after this. So you choose whatever you want, but let's just say we're going to text to speech. So you're going to type in whatever you want. So if it's a initial phone call, it's thank you for calling. Please, answer the following questions, whatever you want to do. And you press OK. So now what's going to happen is that person's going to hear that. Then what's going to happen is you want them, now this plays, and then you want it to play again, right? Because this is just saying, welcome, thank you for calling. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play another message. So this one, for me, is your personal credit score over 680? Press 1 for yes or 2 for no. Again, is your credit score over 680? Press 1. I like to repeat it because you know how people are, right? They never really hear things the first time. So I repeat the whole entire thing twice every single time. So now what happens is, right? So the first one, intro. Thank you for calling, whatever you want to say. Then the next one now gets into it. All right, let's figure out what we're going to do with this person. Here's a question I need answered. Now, as you can see, I have a menu button here between play and play. This is just how they need to set it up for whatever reason. So play, now the menu comes into play because now you have options. Then you play again, play feature. You put in whatever you want. See this name right here, play 4? These, you can't have two of the same name. So if you see mine, play 15, play 4, play 5, play 2, they're all a different name. So now what's going to happen is once the person goes through this process, it's going to say, key press. All right, what did they do? Did they hit 1 or 2? Okay, if they hit 1, I play another one. Thank you. Please wait while we transfer you to a loan specialist. That's what I do. And then you tell the system, transfer, you call it whatever you want, and then you put the phone number in that you want to call in the system. If they hit key press 2, you say whatever you wanted to say, play, thank you. Please hold while I transfer you to business specialist. And then you say transfer to this number. That's it. I'm going to open this up. So in here, you basically put the name in, you put the transfer number. On the right side, it gives you instructions and stuff, any help. On the bottom, you can do enable advanced features and do call. You can do your own caller ID and mask it. You can do whatever you want here. Just read it and it tells you exactly what you need if you want to use those features. I never do, but you never know what position you're in and if you need it. So, but for me, I just put the name of it because you have to put a name in. So I just put my buyer's name in and a transfer number, their phone number, my buyer's phone number. So that's what you put in there, and that's pretty much it. So again, the play feature to play your message. You can upload or do text to speech. You use the menu. You use the play again. And then after the play again, now you're asking a question. Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. Now you tell the system, okay, if they press 1, play this message and transfer to this person. If they press key press 2, play this message, transfer this person. And you could keep going on. You could take this whole thing, menu down, menu, play, key press, play, transfer, key press, play, transfer, right? Menu, play, key press, and everything underneath. The whole entire thing, you're going to copy it all the way to the bottom and do this all over again if you want. And then, again, you have another play. So let's just say, for example, key press 2 really goes to another question, right? So you could do that. Say, all right, so you want to ask multiple questions. So they press 1 for yes, great, but if they press 2, I actually just want to ask another question. So now you take this, you turn it to another question, you get rid of transfer by deleting it, right? And then now you do what the next thing you want to do. So, for example, what we're going to do, menu. So where's menu? Right, you do a menu. Then see how menu gives you a play and a key press all by default. So now if they press 2, it's going to go here and it's going to play whatever you want, right? Text to speech, you call it, play 99, so you don't have 2 of the same name. Do you have good credit, right? Whatever you want to say. Okay, key press. Okay, so now name, call this, 99, whatever. Press 1. Okay, so now see, now we're going back to the way it is here. So play, do you have good credit? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no, right? And then if they press 1, you go through the whole process. You just keep going down, doing the same thing all over again. If you have an error, if there's an error, it's going to tell you once you try to save this and there's an issue, it's going to tell you there's an error. So you don't have to worry about doing it not working. It'll automatically tell you. And then, you just got to learn the system. There's a click here for help. You have everything you need, a lot of support. Do you want them to build it for you? Right here, look, build it for me. So totally up to you if you're having difficulties. Take advantage of it. They say it'll take 72 hours for initial consultation, whatever. Or you know what, you pick up the phone, call them, and they'll answer the phone. They'll help you out. So that I've done it plenty of times because I needed help. You also have live chat in the bottom right-hand corner. So this is the IVR. It's cool. All right. Now you can also do broadcasts. So I'm going to get out of here. Let's go to broadcast. A broadcast, you can do a voice broadcast where you basically do let's just do a new voice broadcast. All right, so a new voice broadcast means that I could just blast out a message to 10,000 phone numbers, 1,000 phone numbers, whatever you want. So you choose what you want. A live answer. Select the message that is played when the phone is answered. This is an automated recording, or you can upload your own message. Answering machine. Select the message that plays when an answering machine picks up. That means basically it's going to hang up on the person, right? So it hangs up on a person if you want to do an answering machine. Or you can do both, live answer and answering machine. Do not call. Select the message that plays to acknowledge that the do not call digit has been pressed and inform the contact. So if you want to say do not call, if you want to put on a do not call list, press 8, and then that's fine. You can play a message for that too. This is how voice broadcasting works. Just be careful if you're going to do voice broadcasting. You don't want to do this to people that don't want to be called. You can get into trouble for this type of stuff. So just be careful. If it's your own leads that you generated and everything's good, it's fine. But if you buy lists and do it, you got to be careful. But this is how you set it all up. So if I hit select a message, it's going to go here. I have a bunch of messages in here already. So you can basically create your own message, upload an audio file, dial in to record. So you can actually dial in a phone number and leave the message over the phone, and then they'll record it for you. Record via phone and text to speech. So you have 4 options to do that. And again, the same thing for answering machine, etc. So that's a voice broadcast. You can also do a text broadcast. So this, I'm going to do a new text broadcast. I haven't done one of these in a long time. And then what you're going to do, you can use a short code. So they will actually give you a short code number to use. That's the best one to use. Or you can click this drop down box and you have your own phone numbers to use. So you could buy your own phone number and then use that to text out. So when people get the text message on the other end, they're either going to see a phone number or a short code. Short codes are a little better because it's shared, but you can try both. And then you're going to put your message. Now, the message has to be 160 characters or less, almost like Twitter. And you just put in your character, right? Whatever you want your text message to be, it's going to be this. So, hey, do you want a business loan? Go here, right? www.ebc.com, right? Your link for to get a business loan. Now, on the bottom right, for 22 characters, you can do an add default opt out. Reply stop to opt out. Now, the one thing about Callfire, they do not manage the list for you. What do I mean by that? That means if you take 1,000 phone numbers and text them all, what's going to happen is it's just going to be a blast, and that's it. People will say reply stop to opt out, but you have to manually go and figure out who those people are and take them off your list if you want to do that. So they don't actually manage the list for you. They just allow you to blast, and then you got to figure it out from there. There are other companies that will manage the list for you, other text messaging companies. They're out there. Try them out. I just don't use them, so I can't teach you how to use it. But I gotta be honest with you, this stuff is pretty easy to use. This isn't really rocket science here. To use these services, they make it as simple as possible. But this service is good for just blasting, and that's it. Outside of that, uh, you can again use whatever character you want. You don't have to put this add default opt out text. You could just leave it blank if you want. You could do a send a test text if you want, and there you go. So now you're going to go next, and it's going to upload your list. You could choose a file, upload all your lists. They can only use certain extensions. Just figure out which one works. You can also do copy and paste. You can choose an existing list that you already have in here. You can add a single contact. You can filter previous list. Whatever you want to do, you can use this stuff. I haven't used this in a while, so maybe they can now today. Like it says, filter previous lists. I'm gonna click on that real quick. Let's see what happens, if anything. Well, nothing's happening anyway. So I'm not really sure if they can do the whole filtering thing and taking an opt out. Oh, here it is. So filter phone number from existing campaigns. Okay. So so basically, you take a list. Yeah, I mean, this isn't it. So you can filter a previous list, but it seems like it's almost like a manual process. So you take a list, you put in here, you blast it out, whatever you want to do, and it'll all go out right away. It works. If you have a good message and you have a good list, you're gonna make money on it, right? But obviously, you're getting like a 90% contact rate with texting, so it's definitely good stuff. So, all right, so we went over IVR, how to set that up. We went over phone blast, we went over text blast. That's pretty much all you use this for. That's it. So you can certainly, again, use these services like Call8 and Callfire like I do. You can try to find a service that's all in one and does everything in one. They're out there. I've seen them at conferences and whatever. I just never really cared enough to switch myself. But there's even other stuff that they do. They have a call center, other things. Do your research on whatever else. But this is the basics that I use my stuff for. The IVR is the most important thing to me so I can sell calls. And that's it.